In this video, we will talk about Notebook widget. Notebook widget in Python Tkinter allows to create multiple tabs in the application. Developer can put different widgets in each tab and user can switch between the tabs with the click of button. OneNote app in Windows 10 operating system is the best example for this one. So let me show you. So in this OneNote app, you can see that there are different sections created. Whatever you are going to write in one of the section won't be visible in the other section. So each section is treated as an individual entity over here. So same thing we are going to learn how to do in Python Tkinter. So I am on my VS Code editor and I have written the basic template for creating a Tkinter application. So first of all, we have to import the module that is ttk. And then using ttk dot, I have to write notebook with capital N. After that, I have to provide the container window, so it will be WS. We can also provide some height and width to this notebook. So let's give a width of 200, and height of 200. You can also provide a name to your notebook. So let's say sample notebook, and after that we can pack this. Now what we can do, we can just assign it into a variable. So let's give a name of variable as NB, which stands for notebook, and NB. Now once we did that, if we will run the application, you can see that white space has been created on the window, but there is nothing on this window and we are not seeing it like a tab. So in order to create it like a tab, we have to create frames inside it. So the number of sections you want to create will be equals to the number of frames you are going to create over here. So let's create our first frame. So we will give a variable as f1. You can give any variable, and then ttk.frame. You can also use a simple frame, and we are going to place this frame on this notebook. So we will give NB instead of WS. Now once we did that, let's go ahead and create three sections, like that means 3 tabs, and I will name each of the tabs with a different variable. Once we have created the frames, let's add some information on this frame, because if we won't add anything on the frame, it won't appear. So let me add one label on each one of them. So label, and then I want to put it inside F1. The text that I want to give is first section or first tab. Let's say first tab. Then font will be, let's create a font Times New Roman. Let's declare it as a global font. Also, let me give a background through this label so that we can see a difference. Time to pack it. I'll just give it expand equals to true. Fill equals to both. Let's copy and paste it few more times. Now I just need to change the frame over here. So frame F2, F3. Also I need to change the text. So it will be second tab. It will be third tab. And I'm sorry for there's a misspelling this tab, so I just fix it right now. Let me change the background color as well. Now let's run it once again, and you will see that the frame has not been added on this. So in order to add that, we have to use the method add. So let's use the method add. So nb dot add bracket open close, and then the name of the frame that you want to add. So let me give it f1 comma, and then the text that you want to display on the top of the tab, like the name of the tab. For example, over here you can see there is a tab with the name main.py similarly. So I'll give that thing as section 1. Let's repeat the process a few more times. Now this time it will be f2, now f3. I also have to change section 1 to section 2, section 3. Now let's run it. Now you can see that our tabs has been created in using Python Tkinter. First of all, we have section 1, then section 2, and then section 3. Now there are a few methods that you can use in order to improve your application. So those methods are, first that I have mentioned already, it is add. Like using add function, you can add more number of tabs on your application. Our second function is remove tab. So let me go ahead and create few buttons over here so that I can add these things. So let me create it real quick. Now let's run it. Now you can see that we have a couple of buttons over here. One is remove, hide, tab, remove is again, so insert. Let me remove the remove button. Now I have not created a function over here, so let me go ahead and create a function real quick. So while creating function, I'll explain you what is happening. So the first function that we are going to create is to remove this tab. So def remove, let me give it name as remove tab, bracket open close, and then notebook dot forget. Now I have to mention the name of the frame that I want to forget. So let's say if I'll give f1 over here, and I'll just call this function for remove. Now let's run it. Now you can see that this one is f1, f2 and f3. So if I'll just click on f1 remove tab, then f1 is gone. I'll just click once again, nothing will happen because f1 is already gone. If you want to make this a little dynamic, you can do one thing. You can just create an entry widget over here. Let's create an entry widget so that user can provide which one he wants to delete. So let's create an entry. I'll put this inside WS directly. Now what I'll do, I'll take a user input which one user wants to delete, and then based upon that that frame will be deleted. So in this remove, I want to take a parameter from the user, so it will be like a lambda. This function will be called with some input from the user, so it will be e.get, and in the function section I have to mention something like, let's say let's give it x, and let's use the x over here. Let's run it. Now what we have to do, we have to provide the name of the frame that we want to delete. So right now we have f1, f2 and f3. So if I'll just give f3 over here, that means section 3 will be deleted. So I'll click on remove. Okay. Alright guys, so what I have to do over here, I have to provide this index number. So right now the index number for section 1 is 0, then 2, then 3. Sorry, 0. So right now the index number for section 1 is 0, and section 2 is 1, and section 3 is 2. So if I want to remove section 3, I have to provide 2 over here and then remove tab. So now you can see that section 3 has been removed. Similar thing can be done if I want to remove section 1, then I have to provide 0 index. So the index number 0, and now section 1 has been removed. So in this way you can just remove the tabs using the function which is nb.forget. Next function that we are going to talk about is hide. So if you want to hide any of the section, you can use this function which is nb.hide. So nb is the name of the notebook. So let's create it. Hide tab. Now this will also accept some input. So the same index number that user will provide. So this function will use that index number to hide that tab. So nb.hide is the function name. And then X. Let's call this function on the hide button. Also we need a parameter, so I'll just give lambda and I'll just give e.get bracket open close. Now if I want to hide the section number 2, I can give an index number of 1 and click on the hide tab button. Now you can see that section 2 is hide now. This is different from the forget function. In forget we have deleted that tab, but here we have not deleted that. We have simply hide that tab, and using the add method you can just call that back. Now our next function is insert. So in order to insert any new or any existing one, we can just simply go ahead and use this nb.insert function. What it does, in case if you want to change the position of any of this existing section, then you can use this function. So let me go ahead and create it first. So let's type insert tab. This is going to be the name of the function. Let me go ahead and create it. Insert tab, bracket open close. Now nb.insert. Now it will ask for the position where you want to put this widget. So you can provide any position, let's say 0, 1, 2, 3, or you can just type end in case if you want to add the widget, insert the widget at the end. Also I need to provide the child information. So child information is the name of the frame. So as I told you, it's 0, 1, 2. So that means 0 is for section 1, 1 is for section 2. So that is what it is asking for. So let's give it for 0. That means section 1 will be added to at the end every time we will click on the button. So let's run it. Now every time I am going to click on this insert button, the section 1 will move from index 0 to the last one. So now you can see that it has moved. You can also make this one as dynamic by taking user input and then using the get function. You can just change it. So in this way you can use this function as well. So with this we have covered how to use notebook widget in Python Tkinter. Next we are going to talk about the separator widget.